Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on? You have tuned into a special episode of On the Move Unscripted. And today, this show is sponsored by Star Music Radio and Sirius Drip Indie. And we have an awesome show set for you today. We have Always Naked, okay, from Seattle, Washington. Alternative rock band. That's what's going on. What's going on? Always Naked.
Oh, hi.
You know what?
What's up?
I was reading your bio, and I cannot wait to talk to you because I agree with you 100%. I am so tired of people feeling like they've got to be naked to be able to sell music. I can't wait to get into it. I was reading your thing, and I said, see, that's what I'm talking about, somebody who understands.
Yeah, I definitely have some stuff to say, about it. It's kind of frustrating being a female musician these days. Photographers always wanted me to wear a push-up bra or put on makeup, or put on more like false eyelashes and what have you. It's exhausting.
Right. Like, let me be me. Okay, so I like to take all the guests down the yellow brick road of their past, of their history, of who they are, and so you are no exception to the rule. So please tell us a little bit about Always Naked and how everything kind of came together, because you were the one who brought the band together, right?
Yeah. So I'm Skylar. I'm the lead singer of the band. And this Yellow Brick Road started with a kind of a tipsy night on my part.
Nope.
I was drinking a little bit, having some wine, and I had just kind of ended a bad relationship with another band, and I was ready to get back out into the band world. So I actually put a Facebook post out on Seattle Musicians. It's like a web page. It's like one of those like pages on Facebook here, and I just was like, hey, I'm a female singer. I like rock music. I write my own stuff. I'm looking to start a thing. And Rahul, our drummer, slid into my DMs, and that's how we got started.
And so, okay, so there are, let me see, because I know I was reading it. So your name, Skylar, how do you pronounce the last name? Is it Steffy, you said?
Yeah, we got Skylar Steffy. I'm the lead vocalist. We got Rahul Matthew, who's the drummer, and he's also the mixer, master guy. We do everything in our garage, so he does all the recording, all that. We got P-Word Kelly, who is our bass player, and we have Knuckles Schmidt, who is our guitar player. And those two are best friends. They go way back to high school in Walla Walla.
Okay. So I have been an R&B person for a long time, but I'm starting to get into different styles of music. So recently I've gotten into country, and I understand that. Explain alternative rock, because I don't really understand. What's the difference between alternative rock and rock? What's the difference?
So for me, the reason I put us in the umbrella of alternative rock is because it's not like classic rock and roll that you would hear on any dad station, you're not getting into the truck and flipping on a dad station and hearing us. You're going to hear us on probably more obscure stuff. We're more experimental. I like to make sure that our music has a beat that you can kind of dance to and sway to too. It's not just headbanging. We do have our headbanging moments. I like to, get down and dirty with it. But mostly it's just a different style of rock. It's still raw emotion and definitely anti-establishment and what have you, but it's definitely not I want to rock. Yeah, it's not that. So
AC/DC back in the day, that was hard rock, right? AC/DC, way back in the 80s, that was hard rock. Okay.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I wish that music would get back to, and I hope it's headed back in that direction, whereas we are able to hear a lot of different types of music on the same station or in the same, really coming back together. It used to be when I'm not going to tell my age, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how old I am, but
you sound young as a duck.
Oh, please. I wish. So when I was listening to the radio, I would be on one station and hear Pat Benatar and AC/DC and Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and all, everybody was mixed together. But now it's so, for lack of a better word, segregated. You got to go here for this.
Very divided.
And you got to go over there. Yeah, it's very divided. Very divided. And I wish that it would come back together so that everyone gets to enjoy different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, I'm telling you right off the bat, I'm tired of rock. So I mean rap. I'm so tired of rap. I deal with rap. I like rap to a degree, but I don't want to hear rap all day long. I just can't do it.
I think everyone needs diversity in their lives, honestly. Rahul and I actually went to the bar. We were recording our album. We spent hours and hours and hours on it, and we went to the bar, and we were like, anything but rock right now is going to be great, because we'd heard it so much all day. We just needed almost like a palate cleanser, We listened to some Eminem, even though he's apparently canceled now. We listened to him back then and all this stuff. And It was so nice. I think it's good for people to mix it up.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in that. So with me now, it's just like you turn on one station and all you're mainly going to hear on this particular station is just rap. And then you go to this other station and all you really hear is just gospel. And then you go over there and all you really hear is just country. You got to switch channels if you want flavor, and it's not like it used to be when all the music was just kind of mixed together, and I kind of miss those days.
You should make a radio station. Yeah. Call it like mixtape or something, you know. Make your dreams come true, girl.
Well, I guess in a way I'm doing it now because I'm interviewing and playing the music of more than just R&B and more than just rap. Like, for instance, now we've got some alternative rock. So I got to put that in rotation. Yes, I guess I'm doing it in my own little way.
I like that. You're like, you know what? It's time for something a little different.
Yeah, I've played country on here. I think I had another alternative rock band that he was just one person though, but he was someone. He used to be. Do you remember the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes.
He was Daisy Dukes. Okay, he was one of the singers from Daisy Dukes, and he came out and did like a rock song. So I've had him on the show, and I play that. So I'll definitely be putting sex sales into the rotation because that is so true. Like, I'm an artist. I'm an older artist. When I first wanted to come out, everybody was like, oh, ain't nobody about to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Do you know? I'm 52. I'll just tell you my age. I'm 52. So me being an older artist, they're like, oh, and there's no room for you. But I don't receive that. Because I feel like music is music. And if you hear something that you like, it doesn't matter if the person got on baggy jeans and a low-cut fade or because they really, took whatever, transgender,
well,
it doesn't matter.
It kills me? It kills me because men can get away with it all the time. You know what I mean? They can just show up and wear, like, their casual clothes and rock, and everyone's like, oh, my God, you guys are so great. Girl shows up in just jeans and a T-shirt. It's just like, oh, she doesn't even seem prepared, for the day, and it just kills me. And you know what makes me believe in life? Blondie got discovered when she was like mid-30s. So I'm really shooting for a Blondie moment.
Oh, okay. Oh, she got discovered in her 30s?
Yeah. She doesn't look it, of course. She looks 15 for the rest of her life because she's just so tiny. But she was like mid-30s when she got discovered. This makes me believe in the future.
Yeah, because people are ready for different types of sounds. Every 10 years the music changes. You know what I'm saying? And so, as we've seen throughout the years, the 20s music is not popping like it was in 20s. The 30s music is not popping. On down the 50s is not popping like it was. The 60s, 2000 music that was popping in 2000, or 1999 is not really what's popping right now. Rap is what's right now, but I feel like it's starting to. I'm not gonna say it's never gonna fade because rap is here. But it's leaving room for other types of music because people want diversity. Like you said, they want different stuff. They don't want to hear the same thing over and over again and all that kind of stuff. So
people don't want a cookie cutter, like just pumping out, pop music, all that stuff. That was in the 2000s. That was so much. Lord. Yeah, or disco back in the 70s, although I wish they would bring back disco because I like the disco music. Staying alive, staying alive. I was just talking to my bandmates the other day. I was like, if they brought back early 2000s, like late 90s, like dance music, I would go to that. That would be a thing, like oh, God. I would be so
They don't even, you know what, when you go to the club now, I don't know how it is in the club that you go to. But in the clubs that I used to go to, they don't even have slow music. Remember how you dance, sweat, and then they slow the music down, and then the couples will do their slow dance, and then see the music up. They don't do that in the club no more. They have you sweating from the moment you walk in and you jumping around all day long, and then you jump right up out of there. There's nobody. They don't play
but that's what they want. They want you coming in, dancing, buying drinks, and then going on down the road. Next one. Like, come in, spend your money, and then get out. I haven't been to a dance club in, oh, gosh, I don't even know. I think last time I went was like probably a year and a half ago before the shutdown. And I went to this where my friend came up from Texas, and I was showing him around Seattle, showed him Capitol Hill, and then I was like, you know what? I hate Capitol Hill. This place is a mess. Like, let's go to like a tiny little dive bar. And it was so much better.
Okay. So let's get into sex sales. What was there something in particular that happened that sparked you to write that particular song?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big advocate about like sex positivity, and I really do believe that like sex work should be legalized because it would make it safer for people. And I was having a conversation with a gal that I'm close with, and she is in that work, and I kind of was going back and forth with her about it. And then I just kind of wrote this poem out of nowhere, and I sent it to her, and I was like, well, what do you think about this? And this is the lyrics that ended up being a part of the song. And she's like, I don't know. She didn't really respond well to it. I'm like, well, this is just like my version. This is how I see it. Because, all day long I'm scrolling, on my Facebook or my Twitter or my whatever, and all I'm seeing is like OnlyFans stuff, and like all the girls not all, I wouldn't say all of them because that's the generalization, but a lot of the girls in the music scene, here and other places do feel the need to like, post these crazy photos and all this stuff, right? And I was like, maybe, I just didn't, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well for me because I like the idea of equality between men and women. It drives me crazy that I have to work harder than my bandmates every time that we do a show. I always have to put makeup on and this and that. It's exhausting, And, I just kind of wrote it, and then one night the boys were over. They were playing the beautiful, riff that you heard, and I just started singing on top of it, and it just really clicked, And then, of course, because I decided, you know what, this is going to be our album. We're going to lean into this concept. I'm going to actually, because our bodies are just meat bodies anyways, whatever. I'm like, I'm going to lean into this, I did a boudoir shoot. Oh, I can't pronounce anything. Boudoir. I'm a lady, you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
It works. And I did that, and I posted a photo, right, of me, and it's fully, everything's fully covered. Mostly it's all legs, right? And it's with me with my mic stand. Mm-hmm. Everything's covered, all this stuff. But I kid you not, upwards of 1,000 friend requests solely from that photo.
Wow.
And that's the point. And that's what kills me is because it does and it shouldn't. I don't know. Men kill me sometimes. I mean, I got a couple of girls in there too, but thank you, ladies, for your positivity. But it's just weird, And I just don't feel like I don't feel like anybody, especially, women or whatever, I don't feel like we need to do that because are men really going to buy our music? No, they're just going to look at our photos and be weird, okay?
Right.
Anywho, that's my statement.
Well, I played it as the show began, but I want to replay it because I want people to really listen to the words. So we're going to play Sex Sales, and then we're going to come right back, okay?
All right.
Is that good? Are you cool with that, ma'am?
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Always Naked. This show has been sponsored by Star Music Radio and Sirius Church Indie, and we're going to slide on in here and play Sex Sales. Now, I want y'all to listen to the words. Listen to the words of this song. Some people just listen to the melody, but they don't listen to the lyrics. I need you to listen to the lyrics. We'll be right back, y'all, on the Move Unscripted.
You wanna
You have tuned into a special segment of On the Move Unscripted, sponsored by Star Music Radio and Sirius Drip Indie. And we just heard Sex Sales by Always Naked. I love that. I love that. I love the band. I love the instrumental. I love when you're just like, Sex Sales. It's like the way you just draw it. You feeling that. Like, I love that. That was awesome and amazing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
it. So what? So you probably haven't been able to do the show that you were doing before the pandemic. Is it starting to change any? Because I know some states have started opening. I guess opening up the states. Is Washington one of them?
Oh, no. We're probably going to be the last to open. We're pretty, I don't know what to say, cautious here, which is good, I think. You know, we don't want to hurt anybody. We're definitely not like Texas, who's just throwing open the gates. Realistically, it's insane to do that, but I can see why people would want to do that. I mean, I want it in my dreams. I want to go out and pretend everything's normal. But, it could potentially hurt somebody, so it's unfortunately not going to happen. But it has given a lot of musicians, and especially us here in Seattle and in Washington, room to work on online presence and content. We've done a bunch of live streams from different closed-down venues. We did a closed venue shoot where we went around to the venues in Seattle and raised awareness for them and tagged their Cash Apps and donations to them to help them get through these weird times. We got a couple of videos coming up. We did 2 music videos for this new album that we dropped on Valentine's Day that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. We actually just finished recording one on Sunday. So lots of extra time to do activities, I'll tell you what.
Right. So you don't have a music video for Sex Sales yet, right?
Not currently, no. That is currently in the editing process. It's already been shot, but we are working with Maya Visuals out in Seattle here. So shout out to Maya. She is fantastic, and just waiting on getting some edits from that and seeing, when I can drop it.
Awesome. Well, I did subscribe to your channel, and I also actually shared Sex Sales, the video, in the Atlanta Music Industry Group on Facebook. I would definitely encourage you to join. It's like 14,000 members in there. A lot of them artists and fans, and it's active. It's they network. They really participate. They share. They really comment. They really do stuff. So
we like that.
It's spelled with a Z. The music is spelled with a Z. So I definitely would encourage you to, to join that group. But I did share it in the Atlanta Music Industry Group, and I also shared it on the Ohio Music Industry Group on Facebook. So
thank you so much.
Tell the listeners. Oh, no problem. Tell the listeners how they can follow you. What's your social media handle?
So you can follow us on Instagram at Always Naked Band. You can find us on Bandcamp under Always Naked. So I think it's alwaysnaked.bandcamp.com. We got our album up there. We got T-shirts, sweaters. We're going to be posting a physical CD copy in the next couple of days once we get those in, with a lyric book included, which I absolutely love. It's going to look so good. You can find us on Facebook, and obviously you can always go old school and just try to Google search us, and either you'll find us or find something tasty.
Did you say that you're going to have physical CD copies? Is that what you said?
Yes. We're going to have physical copies of our album.
They are bringing CDs back. I'm so freaking glad. I don't know why they thought they could just go straight digital. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad. I miss being able to get the CD and look at the beautiful cover, open it up, learn a little bit about the artist, go through their, for the ones, like you said, have the lyric book or a little information about them and the cute little CD. I miss that.
Lyric books are my favorite. It's how I learned all the songs when I was a kid. So, I mean, when we brought it up, we're like, are we going to be doing a physical CD, and I was like, absolutely, and we need a lyric book. Like, let's do this right. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly, like, come on.
And
so that's
you know
coming
what?
up on Bandcamp in a couple of days.
That's what's up. And not only that, but that helps to put money back into the artist's pocket, because I don't really believe what they talk about with them streams. I don't believe that stuff. And then you only get a penny a stream. Like, come on, like that's crackhead prices. Like,
yeah,
like
I don't direct. Yeah, I don't direct people to Spotify. Spotify is really good for if you're like wicked famous, but we're not wicked famous yet. Okay, so Bandcamp is, I mean, even if, even not just for us, for any artist out there that you want to support, I highly suggest you find their Bandcamp. That way you can buy a song, buy an album, buy their merch, follow them, give them a like, give them some feedback, whatever. I mean, it definitely, Bandcamp has changed the way that we have personally done business, because we were able to afford, through album sales and merch sales, we were able to afford to do 2 music videos this time, which is something we would have never dreamed of before. So it's been really, really great. So I highly recommend Bandcamp to anybody and everybody.
I'm glad you said it's Band, B-A-N-D, Camp, C-A-M-P.com.
Yep, Bandcamp.
Okay. Well, thank you. So what other, because I always like to ask the more experienced artists, bands, or whatever, to give words of encouragement or advice, and you just gave one, Bandcamp. What else? What would you say to someone who's just starting out? They're just trying to figure out how to even put a band together. They don't even know what to do. They need some words of inspiration or encouragement or advice or whatever. What would you say? What would you say to them?
I think everyone has to start somewhere, and I think the biggest thing that I would tell somebody is just do it. If you're scared that someone's going to reject you, let them go and talk to somebody else. It's all about just getting yourself out there and showing up. Once you form a band, you have to put in the time and the work. Once you form a musical group, or even just if you want to be like a solo artist, you have to put the time in. You don't just become famous overnight. It doesn't happen. You don't even get well-known overnight. It takes a couple of years, to even become a part of the community. But just showing up and doing it and trying to do something every day. That's my thing. I try to do something for the band every day, whether it's writing a little bit of a song or working on a melody or sending the guys, whatever, or doing a photo shoot or, doing a music video or going to practice or, you know what I mean? It's something it should consume your life to a certain point if you're that dedicated. So just show up and do it. That's it.
Awesome advice. I am so glad that you stopped by to share your awesome music and words of wisdom with the listeners, without a shadow of a doubt. In fact, I'm looking up Bandcamp right now, because that's something that I'm going to be looking into. So you just gave me some information that I didn't even know. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh,
appreciate
good. Good. I love that. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes. And I definitely will put this Sex Sales in rotation. I've subscribed to your channel, your YouTube channel. What's the name of your, let me go back to your YouTube channel.
I do believe our YouTube channel is also just YouTube Always Naked.
Always Naked, yes. So definitely go to Always Naked and subscribe so that you can follow the new music and the music videos that's coming out and everything, so you can be abreast of what's going on. I love, like I said, you're pushing, something that's important. People need to know that, especially the young girls who's coming up in the industry, and everybody got to feel like they got to show, they got to be sexual in order to be seen, because that's the way that the world has been shaken. But at any point, we can shift directions and we can change the concept. And it's one person at a time, one band at a time, one artist at a time. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I applaud you. I thank you for your music and just your love of the arts. I'm an artist too, so and I love meeting other artists. Much love to you, and I'm going to roll on out of here. because I like to play the music more than once, in case they miss it the first time or they didn't really catch it the second time. We're going to roll out with it the third time. How about that?
All right, I like it. Thank you so much for having me, and it was such a pleasure talking to you. You're awesome.
It was just thank you. Same here. All right, On the Move Unscripted, y'all. Sponsored by Star Music Radio and Series Group Indie. We had Always Naked, and we're gonna roll out of here with peace and love.